As most of you know, I've stayed out of the conversation about Rockstar might be doing a next gen update for Red Dead Redemption 2, but there is some new information that has come to light that kind of makes me say, maybe there is something coming. Over on the Red Dead Redemption subreddit, user LividArmy5857 posted up a screenshot with the title, "The online migration option is now visible on Rockstar support website for Red Dead Online." Now, I first went and tried that to see if it was visible myself, but it has been changed, and looking through the comments on that post, a lot of people confirmed they did see it and that it has now disappeared. So what does that mean? Well, if this is true, it could mean that Rockstar is prepping the website to allow players to be able to migrate their Red Dead Online character from maybe the PlayStation 4 version to a new PlayStation 5 version. This was very similar to when the GTA Online went from PlayStation 4 to PlayStation 5. Because of all the enhancements that the PlayStation 5 got, PlayStation 4 players wouldn't be able to continue playing with PlayStation 5 players. So Rockstar allowed those players to move their PlayStation 4 character over to their PlayStation 5 character. There was actually a bit of confusion as well on people trying to figure out how to do that, and a lot of people did have to go to the Rockstar support to ask questions and find out things like, would it delete my old character? So it would make sense if they were going to do that they would get ahead of that and prep the Rockstar support for that. So does this absolutely mean that we're guaranteed getting it? Well, it's not guaranteed. I mean, to be honest, it could be a programmer just copying and pasting the code from GTA Online on the back end of the website and forgot about the fact that there was no online migration for Red Dead Online and then deleted it as soon as they realized their mistake. Look, that is always a possibility, but it is also a possibility that they were prepping the website on the back end and they accidentally, let it go live. So if this is an accidental leak by Rockstar and just not a mistake, like I just said, well, it does suggest that there's going to be an upgrade for the existing Red Dead Redemption version. And if they are going to give Red Dead Redemption 2 an update, they would probably give Red Dead Online that same upgrade as well, with the new textures and maybe a new frame rate. And it's not just that. About a month ago, the rumor mill was going around that there was going to be a next gen version coming and that we're probably going to get it before we get GTA 6. A lot of main media sources cover that, and I even covered it as well on this video as well. But not only that, we also got a trailer for Red Dead Online for the first time in years. Now, anyone who has played the new update kind of knows, I enjoyed it, but it is like Telegram missions, and we've got Telegram missions before, but we've never got a trailer to push them. It's been about 3 years since Rockstar officially said that they weren't really planning any major updates for Red Dead Online anymore, and that they were just going to give us some Telegram missions and small content, nothing major going forward. And since then, that's pretty much what we've gotten. Like, even last month we got a few new PvP modes, and again, there was no real trailer or big marketing push for that, and that's kind of what everybody would have expected. And this month, when we got the new Strange Tales of the West missions, I didn't bat an eyelid. I thought it was cool to get new Telegram missions, and then when I saw the trailer, which was a pretty decent looking trailer, to be quite honest, there was work put into that, it did make me sit back and go, this is interesting. They also pushed the update again later on Twitter, which is strange. I mean, Rockstar has really not been drawing any attention towards Red Dead Online. Really, there's a newswire once a month, and then they might post a link back to that newswire every week, and that's it. That's Red Dead Online at the moment. So seeing a high production trailer like that was definitely interesting. And to be quite honest, the fact that there hasn't been a current gen upgrade is more surprising than we could be getting one. Currently, Red Dead Redemption 2 has sold 74 million copies. 74 million copies. There is a lot of people that love this game. There's a lot of people that would happily want to play it on a modern console. And although I personally think that Red Dead Redemption 2 still looks really good for its age, I mean it's a 6-year-old game at this stage, the truth is it still runs at 30 FPS, and on PlayStation 5, like, we don't even have an upscaled version of it, like, so it's still not even 4K. And it wouldn't even be that hard to bring that up to scale. I know that Digital Foundry did a great review about it before, and they found out that if they used a jailbroken PlayStation 4 Pro, that they could, if they just unlocked the frame rate, the game would run at about 60 FPS. So without doing anything, just taking off the artificial cap that locks it at 30 FPS, if they remove that, the game will happily run at 60 FPS. Now obviously if you start adding in more textures, and maybe if you want to add, we'll say, more people online, for example, so you can have more players. At the moment if you have too many players on an online lobby, very few animals will spawn and stuff like this. So what Rockstar has done is reduce the amount of players. I think there used to be like 30 players in the lobby when it first launched, and there was a lot of problems with like legendary animals spawning, or just animals in general spawning, and random events never spawned. So they had to find a balance where they reduced the amount of players that would allow, everything to kind of spawn for them. Now obviously on the newer hardware they could, spawn more things and have more players, and it would run a lot more smoothly. And to be quite honest, like, although it still looks like a decent game, as the years go on, more and more games are just on console, just standard 60 FPS and 4K. And the more people on console get used to that, the more a game that's running below that will just look worse, basically, and it's harder to play. Often if I'm playing Red Dead Redemption on PC and then jump back over to console, like, it does take me a while to adjust with the frame rate. If they do bring it over into next gen, and this is true, and you are migrating your character over, I honestly hope this will be the time that they bring back the Outlaw Passes. I know some people are going to be calling for, hey, I hope this might bring new content. Look, to be quite honest with you, my expectations for Red Dead Online are pretty grounded. I mean, if they give us a next gen port, so we get the upgrade in graphics and a frame rate, and then they bring back the Outlaw Pass items, maybe if they were to bring them back in some sort of a schedule, like so that each month a new pass item comes out, and then a quick draw club comes out 1 month, and then after a year it recycles over. That way newer players that come into it have a reason to look forward and log in each month. There's something cool to unlock and stuff. And we know that, like, there's more than likely going to be a volume 2 for the Strange Tales of the West. I mean, it'd be kind of weird if they just had a volume 1 and no volume 2. So that's going to be coming at least. And maybe we're going to get a next gen patch, which would be pretty cool. Well, look, that's just what I think. Normally I don't post on things that are kind of extremely speculative unless I think there's a very, very good chance. Like, so I think there's a better chance than not that we might see a next gen version now. But what do you think? Do you think that's a bit of copium on my part? And what do you think the future of Red Dead Redemption 2 and Red Dead Online will be on console? As always, massive thanks to everyone who's supporting this channel and has supported this channel, especially to the members. You guys are awesome. Catch you again, people.